Good evening, everyone.
Finally.
Good evening.
Welcome to the opening of the first Latin American Southeast Asia High-Level Academic Dialogue Forum. This is a forum that involves 8 countries from Latin America and 5 countries from Southeast Asia. These first sessions that goes from the next hour, from 8 to 9 a.m. here in Argentina. I know almost 11 hours from difference from Southeast Asia, and now even we have our time difference here in Latin America. We will have the opening remarks of Professor Norberto Consani, who is the head of the Institute of International Relations of the National University of La Plata. And then we have the words of Jerónimo Delgado. He's the chair of the ALAD Internacional, the Association of Latin American Studies for Asia, for Africa and Asia. And then Sonia Prado, who is the president of CELAO, the Council for East Asia for Latin American Studies. Professor Norberto Consani, you have the floor.
Good morning, everybody. Buenos días a todos y a todas. En mi carácter de director del Instituto de Relaciones Internacionales les doy la bienvenida, y en el marco de nuestro 30 aniversario y para conmemorar los 10 años de existencia del Centro de Estudio del Sudeste Asiático dentro del marco del departamento, hemos organizado este tan importante foro con participación de todos los países integrantes del ASEAN y latinoamericanos. Muchas gracias por su participación, y espero que este foro siga profundizando la amistad y las relaciones entre nuestras regiones. Una mención muy especial al gran trabajo realizado por nuestro coordinador, el licenciado Ezequiel Ramoneda. Thank you very much for your contribution for everybody.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Norberto Consani. Now I will leave the word to Professor Sonia Prado. Professor, you have the floor.
Hello, yes. Honorable directors of the leading academic institutes from Latin America, Caribbean, and Southeast Asia, all the distinguished scholars, researchers, and guests, good morning and good evening. It is a great honor to me to attend the first Latin America and the Caribbean, Southeast Asia high-level academic dialogue forum today, and it's absolutely my great pleasure to have the opportunity to meet all of you through this virtual event. I'm also happy to see some of my friends from the Philippines here, Professor Fernando and Professor Valentingo. So let me begin by extending on behalf of the Latin American Studies Council of Asia and Oceania and the Macau Association for the Promotion of Exchange between Asia Pacific and Latin America, our warmest greetings to all the distinguished guests and participants from the different continents. I would also like to express my gratitude for the invitation and congratulate for the high level of organization and professionalism which made it possible to gather so many scholars and experts here for knowledge exchange and networking. May I also take this opportunity to say happy 10th anniversary of the creation of the Center for Southeast Asia Studies. As we know, for the past 10 years, the Center for Southeast Asian Studies has carried out an intense academic activity in order to establish Southeast Asian studies in Argentina as an academic field with its own identity. Among them, cooperation has been promoted with other counterparts related to Southeast Asian studies in Argentina and in Latin America, as well as scholars dedicated to Latin American studies in Southeast Asia, such as the joint publications, invitation for lectures, share sessions in international congresses, and coordinated cooperation projects. Congratulations to the Center for Southeast Asian Studies. Also, a grateful and special greeting to Mr. Ezequiel Ramoneda, the coordinator of the Center for Southeast Asian Studies and the Secretary of the Department of Asia and the Pacific of the Institute of International Relations of the National University of La Plata. This forum is organized at a very high level despite the difficult time of the pandemic. The efforts and contributions of Mr. Ramoneda and the organizing committee is very much appreciated. One of the objectives of this forum is to provide a platform for the scholars and institutions from the two regions to establish better cooperation, as well as to benefit from a better understanding between people and closer contacts between countries. Similarly, my country, China, has been exerting increasing efforts in establishing cooperation with the different Latin American and Southeast Asian countries. Since the beginning of the 21st century, increased high-level exchange and friendly cooperation in different areas such as culture, business, education, technology, and so on have been taking place much more frequently between China and Latin America and the Caribbean. According to China's 2008 policy paper on Latin America and Caribbean, China strongly acknowledges and encourages exchange and cooperation at the local level, local government level between China and the Latin American and Caribbean countries. China's rapid economic growth in the past decades has created a tremendous demand for a great variety of raw materials and foodstuff. In search of key commodities, Latin America has become a valuable source for China and has well been identified as one of the three major regions that provides China with important energy supplies. In addition, China is also interested in other natural resources like beef and soybeans from Argentina, Brazil and Uruguay, copper from Chile, bauxite from Jamaica, nickel from Cuba, iron from Peru, as well as all other natural resources and foodstuff from the different Latin American and Caribbean countries. Not surprisingly, China's trade with Latin America and the Caribbean grew 26 times between 2000 and 2020. The trade figure between the two regions is expected to more than double by 2035 to more than $700 billion. However, it is not the intention of China to concentrate solely on its own interest and to take what it needs from Latin America. Give and take is a common knowledge, and China knows it well. When you take something from others, you should also bear in mind that you need to give something back to others. It is not just a gesture of politeness, but also the pursuit of mutual benefits and peaceful coexistence that will lead to a happy and better world. This equates with the Chinese utopian vision of great unity, a philosophical notion that appeared in the Li Yun section of the Book of Rites, one of the Confucian Chinese classics. Moreover, the Chinese proverb of 同舟共济 can also be applied in this case, as the world is one and we are all in the same boat. Therefore, we should help each other in face of challenges and opportunities. As President Xi Jinping put it, when the world is doing well, China will also do well, and vice versa. China will continue to implement the win-win strategy of opening up, share its best practices and development opportunities with other countries, and welcome them aboard the speed train of China's development. China's commitment to work with the rest of the world toward a community of shared future for mankind reaffirms its foreign policy for peaceful coexistence with all other countries. The proposition for building a community of shared future for mankind was put forward by the Chinese government with the goal of building a new framework of international relations, as well as to promote and improve global governance. At the closing session of the National People's Congress, the country's top legislative session held in Beijing on the 20th of March, 2018, President Xi Jinping emphasized his vision of a community of shared future for mankind. He further assured that there is no reason to see China as a threat, as proved by China's efforts since the opening up policy started in 1978. President Xi also urged the global community to pass on the torch of peace from generation to generation, sustain development, and make civilization flourish. This is what people of all countries long for. It is also the responsibility of the statements of our generation ought to shoulder. And China's propositions remains unchanged. That is to build a community of shared future for mankind and achieve shared and win-win development. Let us work together through this forum to help enhance connectivity and deepen understanding between people and between countries in these two regions. I sincerely hope that the organizer of this Latin America and the Caribbean Southeast Asia high-level academic dialogue forum will consider holding this meaningful forum in my home city, Macau of China, in the near future. Macau is a special administrative region of China under the ideology of one country, two systems. It is a city with a mixed cultures of the East and West, and you may find a lot of Latin elements around this Oriental city. Finally, I hope all the participants will enjoy and benefit from this forum. I believe that we will not only increase our knowledge and experience through the virtual meetings here, but also gain more friendship through the networks built from this wonderful event. I would like to conclude with the words of thank you in Cantonese, the most spoken language in Macau. 多謝大家. And in Patois, the unique Portuguese-based Criollo language with a substrate from Cantonese, Malay, and Sinhala, which was spoken by the Macanese community in Macau. Obrigado. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
Thank you very much, Professor Sonia Prado, for your kind words. Now I will give the floor to Professor Jerónimo Delgado. Professor, you have the floor.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ezequiel. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's a bit early here, so I'm sorry if my brain is not in the right place yet. It's about 6 in the morning in Colombia. I just want to take this opportunity to congratulate Professor Ramoneda and the National University of La Plata for this initiative. These are South-South links that you are working on from Argentina and from Latin America and building bridges between the two regions with Southeast Asia is what we believe in Alada we should be doing in terms of understanding each other, in terms of starting to work together within this concept of actually some people don't like the concept. I actually do. The concept of global South, how we can together from the South, from historically, and then we can talk about a lot of concepts here, colonized or underdeveloped or developing or whatever. Any of these words could be used, but the words I like to use are: we are countries that share a common background. We are countries that share vulnerabilities, dependencies, challenges, and by working together, we can actually overcome those challenges. Forums like this one actually enhance this chance by working together, by getting to know each other, and by exchanging ideas and knowledges that can actually be used to work together and overcome all these problems. Alada, as you may know, was created in 1976 in Mexico, and since then we have been working on 11 countries in Latin America, basically, to start building these bridges with two regions that were historically forgotten in Latin America, Asia and Africa. And within those regions, we believe that we need to start working with sub-regions that we have usually forgotten. Africa is one of them, Southeast Asia is one of them, which is why initiatives like this one actually create value and actually create bridges that allow us to work together. From Alada, we believe that these bridges are fundamental, and you will see a lot of researchers from our network in this event. People from Cuba, from Mexico, from Colombia, from Argentina, from Chile, from Brazil, from Peru, will be participating in this event. And I want to thank Professor Ramoneda and the National University of La Plata for this invitation. And like I said, for Alada, these spaces are fundamental. These spaces are crucial for us to increase our understanding of each other and our possibilities of working together towards a common future. Why not? So congratulations, Professor Ramoneda. Congratulations on the 10th anniversary of your center. And we wish you the best of luck in these following days in this event. Thank you very much for your invitation.
Thank you very much for your words, Professor Delgado. Well, I have now the floor. I mean, this first moment, the idea is for me to basically thank most of the people of, if not all the people who are involved during all these years, and basically explain why this forum. I will lead for tomorrow evening from 8 to 9, no, 9 from 10 p.m. Argentina time zone to mention about the results and the objectives of this forum. First of all, I would like to thank probably the person who are my academic mentors. One of them is not right now with us. He left us several years ago in a car accident. Is Professor Jorge Di Masi. And the other two persons, one here right now is Professor Norberto Consani and Professor Cecilio Naja, the head of the Institute of International Relations and the coordinator of the Department of Asia and the Pacific. Throughout all this year, they were assisting me, trusting me in pursuing my ideas, promoting the relations between Argentina and eventually, as you see now, Latin America and Southeast Asia. Without them, the Center for Southeast Asian Studies of the National University of Plata will only be just an idea, a goodwill intention, but right now it's a reality. Of course, I would like to thank all my academic family at the Department of Asia and the Pacific, Professor Laura Bogado, Francesca Staiano, Agustina Cocot, Laura Sea, my other family, and of course the staff of the Institute of International Relations that these last years came to be my second home. And actually I want to have some special thanks to Georgina, Juan, and Gabriela, who are assisting me with all the administrative and technological issues of this forum. Having said that, I would like to express my appreciation to all my Argentinian peers from other universities who have been promoting Southeast Asian studies. And of course, without their support, this event would be possible. Florencia Rubiolo from Universidad Blas Pascal, Fernando Pedrosa from the University of Buenos Aires, Naira Radulovich, and Maya Luisa Barroso from the University of Salvador, Sebastián Stetzer from the National University of Luján, María Noel Dusort from the National University of Rosario, Carlos Moneta from the National University of 3 de Febrero, Rodolfo Cafaro Kramer and Miguel Gratacos from the Argentine University of the Enterprise, Universidad Argentina de la Empresa. Owing to them, this forum obtained also the sponsorship of their respective universities. So this actually supports that this forum comes not from one idea, one initiative, but of course of the result of networking among different scholars and different universities throughout all these years. I would also like to personally thank every scholar who believes, as I do, in the importance of promoting Latin American and Southeast Asian studies and decided to participate as a speaker or owing to previous additional commitments, could be only involved, not directly, but indirectly, with goodwill and suggestions and support. They also are part of this forum, and I would like to personally thank them. Of course, one of the main sponsors, on the one hand, Alad Internacional and Celao, that I have the honor to share the floor with them. Professor Jerónimo Delgado and Professor Sonia Prado are the representative of two of the most important associations of scholars dedicated to promote Asian studies in Latin America and Latin American studies in East Asia, respectively. Also acknowledge the sponsorship and the trust of COFEI, the Argentine Council for International Relations, and Red Apple, two of the biggest network of ER scholars in Argentina. On a special note, I would like also to sincerely thank, right now she is with us, Ambassador Lingling Lacanglale. She's the Philippine ambassador in Argentina and the actual chair of the ASEAN Committee in Buenos Aires. And through her, I would like also to thank, and I will actually mention them, Ambassador Nina Kunayate from Indonesia, Dan Duoc Quoc from Vietnam, Noura Sam Abdul Rahim from Malaysia, and actually she recently left us back to Thailand, Pachiri Pampachitit. Through them, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the ambassadors, to all the staff of the Southeast Asian Embassy throughout all these years, who have been promoting not only the National University of La Plata, not only the Center for South Asian Studies, but actually engaging into cultural and academic diplomacy to promote Southeast Asian studies here in Argentina, and at least also in Uruguay and Paraguay. Without them, also, the Center for Southeast Asian Studies could not be possible, and I really thank them for all their support and trust all these years. Ambassador Lacalale, I'm representative of the ACBA committee in Buenos Aires. I will personally thank you for all the support of all the embassies of Southeast Asia throughout all these years. Also, in representation of Argentine MOFA and Argentine Ministry of Education, the Directorate of Asia of Oceania, and the PSC, the Program for Internationalization of Higher Education here in Argentina. The center could not be possible, because thanks to them, we were able to pursue not only national cooperation, but actually pursue an internationalization policy in order to bridge not only the time difference and geographical distances, language barriers, access to resources, in order to approach other peers, other institutions in Southeast Asia. Without the support of Argentine MOFA and Argentine Ministry of Education throughout all these years, as I mentioned again, the Center for Southeast Asian Studies will be just only an idea, and thanks to them, it's right now a great reality. If I forget someone, my sincerest apologies. I want to just thank you for all the persons throughout all these years we have been in contact, promoting, suggesting, mailing, ideas, engaging into promoting, not only enhancing the Center for Southeast Asian Studies, but also enhancing Southeast Asian studies in Argentina, Latin America, and as well Latin American studies in East Asia, specifically Southeast Asia. Having said that, why this forum? Why now? I know there are several academic institutions pursuing Southeast Asian studies in Argentina and other Latin American countries, and as well Latin American studies in other Southeast Asian countries. Some of them even have engaged in internationalization initiatives in order to approach their peers from other part of the world. The idea is that we come to understand that we need to enhance our networking in order to keep on promoting, in order to keep on deepening our academic international cooperation between us. Just thinking on a national level is not good enough. We are not in a reality owing to globalization, our deepening interdependence between our countries on the political issues, academic issues, cultural issues, technical issues, that we need to enhance our networking in order to enjoy all the opportunities that our bilateral and multilateral relations could enjoy. So this international forum, this first forum of academic dialogue between Latin American and Southeast Asian scholars, is the idea to at least what we can provide to diplomats, governmental officials, business sector, and other academicians, and other scholars from other areas, what we can do, what we see, what we understand, what we recommend are the good practices, the difficulties and the challenges and the opportunities to pursue at least international academic operations between our countries, and this being a part of a bigger picture, international cooperations between our countries, our people, and our governments. Right now, this first edition involves more than 35 scholars from 8 Latin American countries and 5 countries from Southeast Asia. Why the title? Why the theme, the topic, past, present, and future? Of course, there are several issues in our current international agenda. Of course, the fight of the COVID is between them one of the top. But it is just not to think, not just to focus on the short term, on the issues, but I just think of the Southeast Asian Latin American relations on a bigger picture, trying to grasp the comprehensive perspective and to grasp the comprehensive understanding of all, at least try, of all the links, at least from the academic analysis that have been going on between our countries in the past, at least from the colonial period onwards. And actually this year we commemorate the 500th quintessential anniversary of the circumnavigation of Magallanes to reach the Philippines in the year 1521. Trying to know since then onward how our bilateral and multilateral relations between the territories, the people, and the countries eventually, when they reach independence, developed throughout all these centuries and throughout the recent years. Of course, focusing on contemporary issues' importance, political understandings of the dynamics in Latin America and Southeast Asia, trying to understand the importance of the trade agreements signed recently between Southeast Asia and other East Asian countries and the opportunities for Latin America, but also see ahead. What are the opportunities? What are the niche of opportunities that we need to understand, begin to analyze and study in order to keep on enhancing our comparative studies, Islamic studies, Buddhist studies, people-to-people contacts analysis, NGO involvement, academic involvement, international relations. There are several areas of studies that we need to abort in order to keep on enhancing our relations. So the idea of this forum, just to put it in two ways, in two sentences, in 2 ideas, is to be networking and comprehensive. It's a comprehensive initiative in order to enhance our networking within academicians, between scholars and our institutions, in order to provide our support, our assistance, our understanding to the government, to the private sectors, in order to enhance the relations between Latin American countries and Southeast Asian countries, in order to become a new strategic relationship between our regions in the 21st century. Having said that, I thank you all for your time, for being here in this opening of the first Latin American and Caribbean and Southeast Asia high-level academic dialogue forum. And I would like you to enjoy the next session throughout these 2 days. Of course, of the time difference, I know it's a difficulty, but of course, it's one of the challenges in order to enhance our relations, understand our time differences. We have early in the morning or late in the afternoon, evening, and taking into consideration the time difference between Latin America and Southeast Asia, but to enjoy the different sessions without really great and renowned scholars for all these countries. And finally, tomorrow evening from 9 to 10 p.m. Argentina time, you'll find the different time zones in our website. We will announce, first of all, the next chair of this forum. The idea is the forum to rotate between Southeast Asia and Latin American countries in a regional and an interregional basis. Provide at least some ideas of what we've been talking about, how we understand the challenges, the opportunities, and which are the good practices we recommend in order to improve from an academic point of view, as scholars, the international bilateral and multilateral relations between Latin American and Southeast Asian countries. Having said that, thank you very much, and I hope to see you around in the next session. Good morning, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much.